Welcome back to Realm of Rolls. If you're enjoying the show, make sure you're following or subscribed wherever you listen so you never miss an episode. If you'd like to support the podcast, you can find us on Patreon, where you can access behind the scenes content. You can also join our Discord to chat with us, talk theories, and keep up with campaign news. Links to both are in the episode bio. With that said, previously on Dragon's Demise, the party gathers in Barton, a town shaped by the fall of an ancient white dragon, to confront a new threat, a young red dragon claiming the Knifepeak lair. Beginning the climb, they take shelter in Frollo's magnificent extra-dimensional mansion overnight, but their rest is interrupted by a distant roar and fiery glow that signals the danger ahead. The next morning, a deadly slip nearly claims 2 lives, until Frollo's magic saves them. Steeled and wary, the party continues towards the dragon's lair. This is episode 2, Whispers Beneath Knifepeak.
So, with a few moments of additional moments of preparation, Fillipa taking up the front and apparently Tanuk bringing up the rear now, you continue climbing up this mountain, and with the extra precautions it's going to take you a little while, helping up Brother Quinn through these more treacherous sections, and maybe keeping an eye out for Frollo as well, because let's face it, it might have been him that contributed to this a little bit, even if he did save the day afterwards. You make your way up, and to make matters a little worse, it begins to drizzle. Knifepeak's not so tall that it extends into the clouds, but just the very tip of it comes just below, and you sort of look up with a certain amount of trepidation, knowing that you're getting closer and closer to this place. Now, Knifepeak is quite renowned on one side of the mountain for having a great waterfall. It's a hell of a sight. Unfortunately, you can't see it from Barton. You, however, are approaching the river that comes down from it, and it's not a huge flow, but there's a good size to it, and you hear the river before you come to it. On the plus side, Fillipa knows that this also means that you're approaching your destination. It is about late afternoon by the time you reach this point. The drizzle having set in properly, you're all soaked through. But as Fillipa takes you around the last steep turn, you've got a flattened area, a small plateau. There's a number of dragonflies buzzing around. You can see birds having made their nests in the peak above. And this enormous river passing underneath what looks like a very well worked stone bridge. You'd have to guess something like this must be made to dwarven specifications. It's about as solid as any bridge you've ever seen anywhere in your travels. It's relatively plain, with only minor walls on the side to protect you from falling over. The walls themselves are only about 2 feet high, and there's very little in the way of decoration, except for what looks like small amounts of graffiti dotting the entire span. The bridge itself, as you're looking at it, extends for about 40 feet over where the river flows underneath, and looking overhead you can see what looks like a very, very large cave opening. Not as large as the one that is known to exist much further up the hill, but unless you were looking at this from the right angle you wouldn't see it, you wouldn't know it was here. Inside you see only darkness. Those of you with dark vision, those of you who can see further in, can see enormous columns going further down the centre of what looks like a very large chamber. The bridge itself is about 20 feet wide, plenty of space for you all to make your way across safely, and you can't see anything guarding this opening. It looks, luckily for you, to be deserted. What Fillipa has found previously is not the main entrance, but the old entrance, the old way in that only the dragon slayers discovered. This was, at least according to the stories, the roots of the kobolds that served the ancient white dragon would reside.
We don't know about you, but it looks a bit safer in there, to be fair. Where they dragon boys catches us on the side of the mountain, he's got burns to a crisp. At least in there, he won't see us coming. In theory.
Potentially. Last time I was here, I did venture into the inner chamber slightly, into the audience chamber, and it was abandoned last time I was here. I couldn't tell if there was anything about, but it should be reasonably safe. I suggest we refill wolf skins and make our way across.
You just hear the huffing and puffing as Brother Quinn makes it over the bridge.
Okay. So you're going to come up to the bridge and you're going to make your way across it?
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I thought they'd gone over the bridge. They're still waiting, are they?
Yeah, we're on the other side at the moment.
Oh, right. Okay. No, he's just getting. You'll just hear him huffing and puffing and waddling along as he just catches up to the back of them.
Okay. So, how are you going to go over the bridge? Are you going to check? Is there anything you feel you need to check for first? Are you just going to saunter across and make speed a priority? What is your plan?
Give me a few minutes, guys. And he kneels down and he starts drawing arcane runes in the snow. I'm going to cast at ritual level.
There's still no snow.
Oh, we're not that high. Is there like?
He's obsessed with snow.
Is it like dirt ground?
Yeah. It's mostly stone, but there's plenty of dirt up here as well.
Yeah. I'll draw it in the dirt then. Just draw some arcane runes in the dirt, and I'm going to cast detect magic. Just check the wording on the spell.
Sorry, Mike. You go a little quiet when you're leaning forward away from the mic. No pun intended.
I'm just checking
you're
the.
Casting detect magic.
Yes, casting as ritual detect magic. So I can detect magical effects within 30 feet of myself, and I can take the magic action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears the magic. If the effect was created by a spell, you learn the spell's school of magic. The spell is blocked by 1 foot of stone, dirt or wood, 1 inch of metal, or a thin sheet of lead.
Well, while he's doing that, I'm going to be like looking around, like areas like above the bridge, to see if there's anywhere where people might like want to spring ambushes, or because we're going to be quite exposed on the bridge. So.
For sure.
As Frollo does that, Fillipa, having been here before and having crossed over the bridge and got into the actual chamber beyond without any issues, is just going to kind of, there wasn't any adverse effect last time I was here, so I shall go and scout ahead, and she will very quickly hustle over the bridge, entering into the chamber, and begin to basically have a scout around, just kind of fully confident in her knowledge that last time she was here there wasn't anything, so she's pretty sure there won't be anything now.
Yep, confident as ever. So the ritual itself is going to take, I believe, just over 10 minutes to cast.
I think so.
Magic.
Just checking.
That gives Tanuk plenty of time to examine the area for
10 minutes.
Potential ambush points or traps. What would Brother Quinn be doing other than catching up?
I think he'd have found a rock to sit on, a useful boulder nearby, or a jutting piece of rock. He'd have sat on that, and he'll just be swinging his legs merrily, because, it doesn't matter what he sits on, his legs never quite reach the floor, and he'll just be having a conversation with his god, I think. He'll just be sort of muttering about, it's not been the easiest journey up here. I'm not quite sure why you send me on these things. I'm glad it doesn't happen very often. It's not, and he's going to carry on like that, just generally talking to somebody who genuinely isn't there.
They're there for you, I suppose that's all that matters.
Absolutely.
Okay, so while Frollo is getting his ritual ready, Tanuk, you're having a look around. Can you make me a perception? Oh no, I think an investigation check here, please.
Nat 20.
Woo!
Get
with
you.
a plus 12. So 32.
Oh, nice.
You got plus 12 in your
Lovely.
investigation as well. That's really nice. Okay.
Oh no, sorry, plus 9. Sorry, so that was 29.
Well, 29.
That's still pretty
He
saucy.
sees everything.
So, obviously looking for any ambush points and that, you have a look around and you actually can see a number of places that, although there doesn't seem to be any easy access, could be climbed up to and could certainly be used to enfilade to fire down upon anyone trying to cross the bridge. You can't see any defensive points on the bridge itself, but you could perhaps surmise that if anything was coming up here to hunt down a dragon, they probably wouldn't be necessarily trying too hard to put themselves at risk. You know, there's a dragon inside. If the dragon can't take care of it, why are you trying? Looking around, it looks like the bridge itself is pretty stable. You can't see any signs of damage due to age or such. The only interesting thing perhaps is you've spent some time with dwarves in the past. This doesn't seem to be, as you might have first thought, of dwarven construction. You've only seen one other thing, one other sort of construction of this level, and oddly enough, it was probably kobolds that made it over time. They're quite industrious workers, and if given the right incentive, i.e., a large frost-breathing dragon right at their back, you might guess that they could probably put something together in a couple of years or so, and that might resemble this. So, with you having a good look around and making sure that it is completely safe, and certainly it does appear to be, at least in the physical form, Frollo, you eventually get your spell cast, and you are now pinging away, trying to find any sign of magic. Now, you haven't done this before, but from those that are nearby, i.e. we've got Tanuk and we've got Brother Quinn, you'd be getting some sense of magic from them. So, without necessarily giving any additional detail, what items would Frollo be picking up on that would be magic from you two?
Well, he might pick up on my holy symbol, although I'm not sure there's anything actually. It's his magic is channeled through it.
Yeah, so I wouldn't.
So he might pick up residue.
I can basically
like a residual.
Basically, I can detect you have magic items. I don't think it gives me any more details than you have magical items. If you have any spells cast on you that are like long lasting, those I will pick up. I won't be able to pick up the exact spell, but I will know what school of magic it is.
You will see on Brother Quinn's, on the rope belt that he's wearing around his cassock, you would see his handkerchief glowing bright.
Okay. So you are able to pick up on individual objects within the range. So if there's anything else that would be, you could see with it sort of glowing with a certain aura, then obviously you might know what they're
for a second, I think.
Yeah, I think perhaps that's not a problem at all. So do you have any magical items that not obviously saying what they are, but just describing what that you have?
Yeah,
these
so
magical items?
you would have an emanation glow from the gold and silver gauntlets that Tanuk is wearing, as well as the +2 longbow, and that is that magical one.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yes. So the bow on his back. Also, as well, there is a cylindrical case. It looks kind of like a scroll case, but a lot thinner, and it's kind of hanging from his belt, and it has like a little leather strap that you can kind of flip open on it, and that it's about the length of an arrow, and it's kind of kept at his waist.
Okay. Does Brother Quinn have anything else other than his handkerchief?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, I didn't see that on my sheet. Yes, he would also have a mace that would be faintly glowing, I think, as well, that would be hung on his side.
Sure. Beyond that, you're not picking up on any residue of magic.
Would his bucket... would his bucket be a pop-out bucket? How is that functioning for
It's
him?
probably just a bucket.
Just a bucket that's hung on
Yeah.
the bottom. Right. Okay, that's fine. Yep, that's fine.
Occasionally gets in the way, but useful if you need to soak your feet in something.
Yeah, that's fine. He'd probably just have that hung on the back of his backpack, so it'd probably be bumping around on the back of his buttocks as he's walking. Probably.
Yeah. So that's what you get.
Okay. Now I've cast that, I will cross the bridge.
Okay.
Cool. In the interim period, has Fillipa been able to find anything while she's kind of scouting around inside? I don't think she'd gone too far in, obviously conscious the others are on the other side of the bridge, but she's impatient to get going, really.
Of course. No, just coming back to you. So crossing the bridge, you immediately enter the cave and... sorry, do you have dark vision?
Let me check. I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah, 120.
Fantastic. So you're having a good look around in here. And what you can see is this enormous cavern, easily more than 120 foot long. So when you first step inside, you're unable to see the other end. But as you say, you've been in here before. There's a double row of columns heading directly down the middle of this enormous chamber. The ceiling is about 40 to 50 foot high. And actually looking across on the columns, you can see there's some sort of half inset to the wall as well, looking perhaps as much as decorations. As you advance into the room, it's impressive, but there's no detail that you might otherwise see. Nothing sort of carved into the walls as decoration or such. The floor itself is polished flagstones, not highly polished, but likely just through being cleaned repeatedly over the years. And as you're walking in, you can see ahead of you there are a couple of additional details. There's a raised area. It's only about 5 feet high, but it's about 20 foot deep, maybe about 20 foot wide, maybe a little bit more. That you can imagine that something very large might once have sat upon and looked down upon its minions. To either side of this raised dais, you can see two very large corridors. One's actually about 20 feet wide, obviously designed for something very large to pass down, and that continues down about another 120, 140 feet, something like that. That heads more or less west of you. To the north, you can see a very wide corridor, again about 10 feet wide, and the ceiling drops down, but it's still about 15 feet high. That seems to proceed up about another 50 feet, and that seems to end in a very large T-junction. Corridors going left and right of the corridor that leads you there. There's no sound of anything. It's almost eerily quiet compared to outside. The darkness seems to crowd in from the sides and from above.
And nothing different from the last time she was there?
No,
visibly.
No, it's exactly the same as you left it, really. There's no dust on the floor, something you might have taken note of previously.
Okay. She'll probably, having taken a quick look around to make sure that nothing's changed since the last time she was there, which was probably a couple of days. That makes sense?
It probably would have been about a week at this point.
Okay, about a week, yeah. She'll head back to meet the other three as they cross over the bridge.
Okay.
Well, I've taken a quick look around. It was about a week since I was here last, and nothing seems to have changed. Come in and see for yourself, I suppose.
Are there tunnels that lead on?
There are further down towards the end. There's a dais and a couple of tunnels which lead on north and west. Although I didn't explore those when I was here last, I only took a look around this chamber itself.
Take a wander on in then.
Head on in.
Right, yep, shuffle on in. As soon as Brother Quinn gets into the space, the change in the atmosphere, and he is going to...
Well, there goes all hopes of stealth.
He's going to take out his hanky, flap it, and then he's going to put the hanky back on his side again.
Well, yeah, stealth is definitely not happening. Not with Brother Quinn on watch. That sound echoes very nicely around this room. Takes a couple of moments to come back to you because it is an enormous space. And it disturbs something you hadn't spotted. A poor, lonely bat hanging from the ceiling flies out through the entrance. It's trying to escape.
Yeah, I'm just going to turn towards Brother Quinn and just give him a glare.
Sorry.
Definitely.
Please,
Sorry.
Definitely
allergies.
a few psalms short of a sermon right there.
please tell me, Tanuk, that the last couple of dragons you defeated weren't defeated by approaching them stealthily. Because if so, I think, well...
Well, it depends on the type of dragon and how alert they are. But there are many different ways to approach any situation, and flexibility here is key, I think.
Are you a middle manager of some dragon hunting corporation? By any chance?
Yeah. No, I am the boss.
And what are your KPIs for this year? No, sorry.
Spot the one that actually works in corporate stuff.
Yeah.
Woo!
Okay. Yeah, and unsurprisingly, we're not professional voice actors. I imagine people would be amazed to hear that. So, when you obviously enter the area, you do notice a big temperature difference, but it's not perhaps that it's cool, but that it's relatively warm in here. It might be that perhaps the sun has been heating it up, but you sort of turn around for a brief moment and realise that this doesn't face the sun at any point during the day. It's not uncomfortable, just warmer than you might have expected. Those of you who have spent any time in subterranean areas.
Warm here.
No, I think the closest Quinn would have got to this kind of an atmosphere was maybe in the basement of some of the monastery, where there may have been old books and tomes stored. But
Would
some of the priestly
Other than
cells
that.
might have been down below the monastery. That's not uncommon.
maybe.
Frollo's backstory, like, is it definitely dwarven carved, this area, and then the kobolds have added to it?
Can you make me an investigation check? We'll find out.
I can try. I got an 11 plus 5, 16.
Actually, there's a very good chance that is the case. The work isn't finished in the way that you would expect of a dwarven construction. It's as solid as it. And it's not as clean either, but the amount of work to produce a space like this, you probably have to assume that dwarves are involved at some point. There's a few races that are able to excavate such large areas so well as a dwarf.
Can I do a history check? Would this unnatural warmth be related to sort of dwarven architecture if it was designed in such a way? Or if it was somewhere, I'm more thinking, is it in a volcano, to be honest? Is there an active lava flow a few feet below us that could be causing this that I would be aware of? It's kind of what I'm getting at here.
Maybe a nature check on that one, I would say. Either that or... Yeah, you can go for a history check if you prefer, that's fine.
History check. Okay, yeah, we'll take history. 12 plus 10, 22.
It's not something that is unknown to dwarves, the idea of using natural heat to do this sort of thing, but you'd notice perhaps it's not the floor's not particularly warm compared to everything else. It's more the air itself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's unlikely.
Do you say there were tunnels down here?
You can see them. very large passages. One passage about 20 foot wide, going west, again with the ceiling at least 30 feet high above you. And one to the north, quite a bit smaller. The ceiling is only about 15 feet there, but that seems to lead up to a T-junction when you go and have a look at it. The one passage to the west, if you get close enough, you'll discover turns to the south.
Is the passage to the west big enough for a dragon to walk through?
Yeah, you'd guess so, yeah.
Is the one to the north big enough, or is that one not big enough?
If it docks down a bit, yeah, maybe.
I say we go west.
You think?
Well,
Tanuk, you've hunted dragons before. What usually resides in their lair? I'm sure there are other dangers other than a dragon.
It depends. Certain dragons are incredibly arrogant. They like to have their lackeys around them, just performing every little whim that they like. But I see no evidence of anything in this immediate vicinity. Have a quick look around, see signs of like recent activity, perhaps.
You can make me a perception check.
9 plus 12 for a 21.
So, the thing that looks odd is that
Nice.
there isn't any dust.
Yeah.
Like, anywhere. That would strike you as being only possible if something was cleaning the areas, the surfaces. It's not something that perhaps you've noticed in other places where they've been relatively abandoned. This would have to have something cleaning it very specifically to do this.
This area is too clean. I very much doubt that there is a dragon residing in here. I very much doubt he does his own housekeeping.
you say dragons are arrogant creatures, right?
Incredibly so.
What arrogant, pompous prick has to bow a head to enter in a room where he's meant to be looked after His Grand Majesty? I say he's up west.
Well, I would agree with your assessment there, but obviously the concern is that there might be something else here. If the floors are as clean as you say, and I mean, Brother Quinn is still sneezing, so he's found some dust somewhere, God knows where. Is it not a possibility that we may be snuck up from behind while we're in the throes of battle with the beast?
So here's what I'm hearing you say. We carry Brother Van round like one of those scythe things, just sweeping his nose across the floor, and when he starts sneezing lots, it means we found the dirty bit, so we know we're going in the wrong direction, or we're looking for the guys who look after stuff.
I can try and track the beast that we're after, but I have to be sure of exactly what it is we are.
Well, I thought it was the dragon.
Can you make me a perception check, please?
What,
Yeah.
everybody? Oh.
Oh, that was terrible.
Is that
So-
the third nat one?
No, it's not. It was close though. It was a 2 plus 8 for 10.
Yeah, you might have found some dust. No, wait, no, it's just
Woo,
a
I found dust.
couple of small bits of stone, maybe.
Oh, damn.
Got a 15 plus 12 for 17. 27, sorry.
Okay.
Frollo is too busy looking Brother up and down, just trying to figure out the best way to turn him into some sort of dust metal detector.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 4, got a 0, plus 0 is 4.
And Brother Quinn. Brother Quinn, what did you roll?
Brother Quinn rolled a 19 plus 10 for a 29.
Of course he can sniff out where the dust is. You should have advantage on that, Rikh.
Well-
Rikh, I'm saying He should have advantage on that for dust.
It's not dust this time. And it's not something you see, but something you just hear very faintly. It sounds like further...
What do I hear?
Just perhaps not that far to the north. A little scrape, almost as if a claw on stone. It silences as quickly as you hear it.
Hello? I think there might be something moving. I can hear something moving. It's something like...
Did I hear that too?
Like
Tanuk heard it even
scratching
better than
sound.
Brother Quinn did. You'd go so far as to say it's something that's not very large, whatever it is.
Oh, did you hear it
I
as
did.
well?
There is something approaching from the north. Everybody take cover.
Is Tanuk taking cover? And if so, where? Behind one of the columns?
Yeah, so I'm gonna... Hold on. I'm gonna be kind of positioning myself over here-ish.
Okay, so you're going to hide
Kind
by
of-
the face of the dais.
Yeah, so because you said it was coming from the north passage, yeah?
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm kind of sort of positioning myself so I'm kind of readying an arrow to see
Sure.
whatever's kind of coming from that direction.
Okay,
But
so you've got
kind
your
of
bow
giving
out.
myself a bit of cover so I can kind of pop up.
Seeing Tanuk make the move and kind of trusting in his superior dragon hunting skills and his reputation, Fillipa will similarly dash, but she's going to dash up to just at the basically where the corner of this room, the angled kind of corner of this room meets the passageway, just kind of that corner of the wall.
Yeah, go ahead. Put yourself over there.
And I can't move my token for some reason. But where I'm clicking there, and just kind of, so she's peeking down the corridor, head down the corridor, kind of fists up, ready.
Okay, try that again, yes.
And zoom. There we go. I'm zooming.
Okay, yeah, so you run across to where the northern corridor would empty out into this huge chamber and just hide around the corner a little bit. What about Frollo and Brother Quinn?
Brother Quinn he's actually quite a calm person. He's not panicked by much because he's quite laid back. He's going to just remove his bucket from its hanging spot off the bottom of his backpack, and he's going to quietly place his bucket on his head.
Oh God.
And he's going to use the handle of the said bucket, and he's just going to pull it under his chin, so he's wearing it like a tin hat, because he doesn't really have any. I don't think he has any. Well, he has glamoured chainmail, but yeah, he doesn't have a helm or anything, so he's just going to pop that on his head. And for anyone who cared to see it, as he put it on his head, there is an inscription stamped into the front bottom edge along just by the rim, where the rim would be. So if it were upside down, you would be able to read it the right way up. So it's on his head and you can read it, and it says property of Selhof Cathedral.
Does it have a couple of dents from perhaps being hit by sharp objects at quite fast speeds?
Yes, it may have a few dents about it. It's not a brand new bucket, but it is just like a metal bucket, like a metal pail, a small one. So it nestles just around the ring of his hair, just nicely. And he's going to calmly walk over, and he's going to actually just nestle himself in behind Tanuk, because he seems to be quite a stout fellow, and I think he feels that he can get almost full cover behind him.
I think Tanuk might feel the same in reverse. If you if you want to position your token on the map again, we're using Roll20 just so that people got an idea of where things
Yes,
are.
I will. And as he slides in behind Tanuk, he's just going to tap Tanuk on the shoulder, and he's going to cast. Guidance to any. Would it be... There's no listen check, so would it be investigation?
Perception, really, just for listening.
Perception. Right, he's going to cast guidance on him for perception.
So I think guidance just applies to the next skill roll.
Yes.
If I remember rightly.
Oh, is
It's
it the
the
next
next-
skill? It
So you
says
choose a skill, and
skill.
then when that spell, until the spell ends, they're 1d4 using that ability. So perception, you've got 1d4 on your next roll.
Yeah, so perception.
Yeah, it's more specific than it used to be.
Okay.
Yep.
And I dare I ask, what is Frollo doing?
Frollo kind of watches Quinn walk past with a bucket on his head, just shakes his own head, and he wanders up, so he's about 10-15 feet back from the hugging the wall to the west entrance. No, to the north entrance. 15 feet away from the entrance, so he's hugging the wall, but if something comes around there, it's not going to immediately eat him.
Okay. So, having moved in position, it does make a little bit of noise, I'm afraid, with a couple of you being less than subtle about your movements. You can all make me another perception check to see if you can hear anything further north, though.
That is a nat one I've just rolled.
God, it's a day for it, isn't it?
I've got to get my extra D4 on this, yeah?
You do.
So that's a natty 1 plus 8 for 9.
So
It's
9,
still terrible.
9 plus 1 plus 12, so for 22.
Very good. Okay. Frollo?
Frollo appears more intent on the potential medicinal properties of a gold dragonborn's tail. He got a 3 plus 0 and got a total of 3.
Impressive.
Do you have any pluses to any of your skills?
Well, wait until I start flinging magic, and all of a sudden I can do stuff. But apparently I can't see for anything.
Other than that, useless.
So fine when it comes to the creature comforts, but when it comes to adventuring, Brother Quinn looks like an expert.
Yeah.
No,
He's anything but an adventurer.
he is now, whether he likes it or not. Okay.
Well, it's his god's fault. His god sent him here.
You said yes.
I'm just really upset about the bucket at the moment. That's what's getting me with Brother Quinn. I was like, so why is she mentioning the bucket? Okay, it's a magical bucket. She puts it on her head like a helmet. I sure hope that's not the communal privy.
It's
Well, you know what they
it's
say.
definitely not a.
All the other character traits pale in comparison.
Oh.
You were working on that one, weren't you?
I was.
God.
I was. Yes.
I've got something special for that.
It's. It hath begun.
You can't bail us out of this one. Okay.
Oh,
Brilliant.
Rikh, you stole it. How dare you?
I'm just better.
Well, he's just got a handle on things, hasn't he? Let's face it.
Oh.
See now, what I was just about to say, the bucket can give you +1 AC, but for that I'm not going to.
Does it give him -1 AC as he can't see because it falls over his eyes?
No, it fits snugly just round the ring of his hair from his monk haircut.
I think the hair's been carefully cut to
Is it a
allow
bowl
it to
cut?
sit in place. Yes, it's
I was going to say, has he used the
is,
bucket
yes,
to do the bowl cut round?
Well, I mean, it could be multifunctional, couldn't it? Let's face it. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, he does keep himself well groomed.
Oh, yes.
well.
You hide behind me, my friend. You're looking a little pale.
Oh, dear. Well done for trying. Okay, so, Mike, you're not attempting? No? Good, fantastic.
Nope, I'm staying out of this one.
So, Tanuk, even with your very, very tuned senses, the only thing you hear is just another slight scuff of claw on stone. Sounds a little bit further away now. And then just a second later, sounds like just very, very, very faintly carried to you on the breath of some slight movement of the air. It sounds like almost a conversation, but you can't make out the words.
I think whatever was approaching may have passed by.
Everybody, in the back of your heads, you don't hear it with your ears, it's just a thought appears in your mind, and you just hear Frollo go, "Here, do you want me to get him to come round the corner and we deal with him here? Just nod if you agree."
Does mine echo slightly inside?
Why not? It does now.
You didn't need the bucket for it to echo. Fillipa too will nod.
Tanuk gives an agreeing
Nod.
nod. Yeah.
We're not recording the video, mate.
All right.
Sorry, I should have hit that
Called
clear
method
before.
acting, Rikh.
Yeah, but just for the thought of it, just thinking about everyone else who might actually listen to it, listening to the sound of him nodding might have been challenging. They don't have his senses.
Too many years of LARPing, unfortunately.
Quinn will just nod and grin enthusiastically.
Okay.
Oh, great, he looks demented.
Quinn's just quite happy about everything. He's just a cheerful, rosy-cheeked, permanently smiley person.
Okay, so what's Frollo got in mind?
It's just, all of a sudden, you'll hear what sounds like a pillar crumbling, making quite a bit of ruckus as if you look at the pillars, nothing is happening, but you just see Frollo kind of wave his hands gently and says a quick word, and then there's just this horrible sound of clattering being made. It only lasts a few seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we'll do... No, that's fine. So yeah, you make this sound pretty well. You've obviously you've heard in the past, and you're able to draw forth on that experience and duplicate it here. It's almost horribly real. For a moment, everyone will be looking around to see if the sky's about to fall on their heads. But obviously there's nothing there. You don't, however, in the moments that follow, hear anything approaching.
I'll do it again. After nothing happens for a few seconds, I'll just make another clattering sound. Although this time I might throw in like a voice going, "Ah, you bugger!"
Yeah. Oh, okay. Can I get new perception checks over from everyone, please?
That's better. 19 plus 8 for 27.
Okay.
7 plus 12, so 19.
Very good.
I got a
Brother
13.
Oh, I'm sorry. 13 from Frollo? Yeah.
13 from Frollo total.
And that's a 3 plus 10 for a 13 from Quinn.
Okay. None of you see anything. But Fillipa, again, you think you just hear this very, very faint scratch. Looking up, you can see around the corner this T-junction. You're unable to tell where it's coming from, the left or the right. It's just this very, very faint sound, as if something's waiting or hiding.
Okay. Fillipa will turn to look at Tanuk, and she'll start making some hand symbols. She'll kind of tap her ears as if to say, "I've heard something." Then she'll point at herself and point at Tanuk. Then do little finger walking motions, and then jab a thumb up
I was
towards the
literally
corridor.
going to do something similar to you. I was literally,
Charades!
yeah. I was literally going to go, basically gesture to everyone, finger movement, and pointing to the corners at the end of the corridor.
We both do it at the same time and start doing finger guns, right?
It's like a synchronised, isn't it? It's like a new
It's
sport.
a dragonborn wavelength, I'm telling you.
I wish I'd got a screenshot of that.
Get him to do it again. It's fine.
Yeah, just throwing in random obscene gestures and that in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll be sort of heading down to kind of this corner, at the end of the corridor, just not going round the corner, but just kind of very kind of not
Sneaking.
particularly quickly, but quite just slunking up to the edge of the corner.
Okay, so one mechanic I'm going to use here is that because you're never quite so sure as to how well you're sneaking, in events like this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you for your stealth bonus, and I'm going to roll for you, so you don't know how sneaky you're being.
Lovely.
Okay.
So Fillipa's is a +4.
Okay.
I get a +10.
Okay. I will say, for those behind, listening in and watching you, it does seem like you're being incredibly quiet. They can't hear a sound from you. What would Brother Quinn and Frollo be doing?
Frollo is just going to bring himself up to where... Yeah, Frollo's actually just going to bring himself up to the corner of the north passageway. It's right at the start where the main chamber is. He's not going down there yet.
Quiet.
No.
Okay. Is this another one of these skills that you're a -1 on?
Not... Oh. Wait. Not -1. I'm not -1. I am +1.
Oh. And Brother Quinn, I'm guessing you're going to be equally stealthy, right?
Yeah, I've got a whole -1. He's not going to be left behind. He's going to waddle along, and he's probably going to drop in behind at the corner of the wall to the corridor that goes into the other chamber. He's going to drop in behind... Who is that?
That's Frollo.
Right, he's going to drop in behind Frollo.
Okay, so we've got Tanuk and Fillipa having advanced up towards the T-junction, just hanging back from the corner where it turns left and right. Frollo and Brother Quinn just hanging back where Fillipa was hiding just a moment ago, further back along that same corridor. Bear with me just a second. Okay. Right, I don't think I'm going to need... I'll just roll that. Oh, yeah, okay, I'm not going to need a check on this one. You hear a sound not unlike a door catching on something and then closing suddenly, as if perhaps someone slipped and closed it a bit too hard.
Did you hear that?
And that comes from the left of where Tanuk is, and the left-hand side of that T-junction.
I think Philippa's head will snap to the sound, obviously having heard it. Kind of elbow Tanuk slightly. Did you hear that? From the left.
Yes.
There's something here. I know there is.
They may have noticed our presence.
I wouldn't be surprised with that sneezing.
Yes, and the falling rock sounds.
And those as well, yes. Well, quite honestly, I think we have lost any pretense of surprise, so we might as well talk normally.
Can I just check something from all of you? Who doesn't have dark vision? Do you all have dark vision?
No, I don't have dark vision.
So, in that main large room, you had some light coming in from behind, from the entrance to the bridge. Where you're advancing now, it is pitch black for you.
Mm-hmm.
How you're going to need to think about how you might want to proceed.
I got an idea. Can I see Can I see Brother Quinn is struggling to see?
Yeah.
I'm going to walk over. I'm going to touch the bucket and cast light.
Bloody
I
nice.
will go around and touch the bucket, and I'm just going to cast light.
It's like a shining. It's like a shining beacon,
Or
like the top
like
of a
the top of a
lighthouse.
city daylight.
Pretty much.
Shittiest lighthouse in existence.
I believe we call that a target.
I thought it was a bright idea, but never mind.
God. Where you are, it's almost like the light at the end of the tunnel. That was pretty bad. I've got to do better than that.
And I will return.
Yeah. It's okay. It's only a very pale light.
Oh,
I regret my decisions.
That was beautiful.
That was better.
I regret my decisions. I dispel it.
Yeah. Welcome to the team.
I'd rather she was fucking blind. No. Light is up.
So when this light goes on your bucket, there is a moment where everything just turns white, and it does take a few moments for you to realise that actually everything's sort of coming into focus. It just feels very nice that no one did that in the middle of combat. That could have been quite scary. But just in front of you, you can see Frollo just having touched your bucket ever so lovingly, and
I
has
hope
helped
that's
you
not a
out bit.
euphemism. Continue.
So just confirm for me, how. Obviously, it's
It is
this
just
a
the
30-foot
light
radius on your
cantrip,
light?
so whatever it says now. I can't remember if it's 30-30.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's 30-30, but
I've-
it's 30 normal light,
I've got it on
and
here
then
somewhere.
30 dim.
I'll tell you in a minute because I've got it here. It's bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an
20,
additional
20,
20 feet. It can be coloured as you choose.
It's like he's going spelunking.
Sorry. I was trying to say at the time. What was the
20,
what was the
20
distance again,
and
sorry?
20,
With bright light and what?
and you can colour it any colour you like.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to. So let's just. give
Does it
you
mean
a
you now
little
have
bit
20/20
of-
vision?
What colour has he? What
So
colour?
that you can
What
see
colour has he
where
put on
this
it?
goes. Good question. I'll try and match it as much as I can.
Chartreuse.
If you made
Sorry?
it blue, it'd be like the top of a police car. Whoop whoop! Sound of the police.
Oh my god.
Wouldn't
I
it be
s-
more appropriate to have an ambulance for a cleric?
Yes, that would be good, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Just blue and white, and then
Blue
I'm
and white?
constantly casting prestidigitation to
Blue and
make it
white,
turn
yeah,
on
so
his
there
head.
we go.
So it's just
Spin.
constantly spinning round.
Brilliant.
Got to make sure the
Love
handle's up though before you do that, because that's going to get messy if you do it.
Oh Dib. I'm just going to roll us back slightly. Unfortunately, mechanically, I cannot turn the cleric into a ambulance. I can only have one light source, which has to be one colour. If I attempt to cast light again, although you're a cleric, so can't you cast it on yourself? And between us, we turn you into an ambulance.
I
Okay,
can.
yeah, there we go.
I can, yes. Yeah. Yes, and it
Mike,
Yes.
for the purposes of this, you have a cleric with blue and white. It's fine. DM said so.
yes.
So, okay, you heard this little bit of noise. You think across to the left, but that slamming door. What do you want to do?
I'm just gonna peek my head round the corner, like very briefly, kind of in and out.
Okay. As you're looking to the left, what's your dark vision? 60 or 120?
60.
Okay. That's... So you're looking down there, and you can see just into a room a little bit, and what looks like a number of workbenches. You can see a few different tools with your dark vision, hammers, tongs, that sort of thing. But it's actually turn around and inspect the corridor in the other direction that you see something perhaps more interesting. Further down the corridor, you see what looks like a large hole in the floor. And adjacent to that, a door just to the north of it. Beyond that, the corridor continues, revealing another door in the north wall. But just in front of this hole in the floor is something that looks slightly odd. It's a lever set into the wall, currently pulled down. At this point though, you can't see anything else moving. What do you want to do?
I believe that I was in the throes of basically ducking round to the left for very briefly, just kind of duck back and forth just to see.
Yep, exactly that. And you can see, like I say, about 30 feet away from you, to your left, you can see this larger room, say with all these different crafting tools in there. And to the right, you have a corridor extending a fair way down and ending in, again, a larger room. But you've got these doors on the opposite wall, and the corridor, as the corridor goes past them, you've got this large sort of 10-foot gap. What's the plan?
Well, Quinn's just holding back. I think he was somewhere near the back of the line, especially as his bucket is illuminated. Probably not a good idea to stick that round the corner at this point in time.
No, maybe not.
What can anybody see? Can you see anything?
Fillipa and Tanuk's ass.
I gesture to Fillipa to move down to the left, and I'll cover.
Yeah, I mean, Fillipa will step out into the corridor, up to the other side quickly, and then look down towards the left, towards what appears to be a workshop. Can I see anything?
Yeah. No, I mean, you can see various tables and perhaps crafting benches laying around the room. There's a fair amount of them, but with a good space about them as well, so whoever's working on obviously wasn't being cramped in there. You can see an assortment of different tools, many of which look like they probably haven't been disturbed in a while. With that said, obviously they seem to be quite functional, at least. As you sort of creep forward, more of the room is revealed, but you don't hear or see anything moving.
I think at that point, Fillipa will probably turn back to Tanuk. Can't hear anything, can't see anything. It's a workshop of some kind.
They obviously went to the right, but I would rather be sure of where they came from, rather than where they're going.
Frollo's just going to plod on down the corridor. Now he's seen that Tanuk and Fillipa aren't in immediate danger. Just leaving Quinn behind. Almost forgetting he exists back there somewhere.
Bubbling along.
So which way are we going?
I say left. So I'm going to kind of sort of cautiously move out to this way, but keeping my eye down the right-hand side to just make sure that we're not going to get blindsided by anything.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, as you're sort of advancing around the corridor, again, the room is... the corridor's in quite a lot of shadow at the moment. You don't have a lot of other light coming through, with Brother Quinn hanging back. Yeah. From what you can see with dark vision, though, there's nothing there waiting for you.
Yeah. I'm going to start gesturing as like, come on. Short stack, sneezy, come on.
Yes, I think this is the point at which he'd sort of like look quite brightly and rosy-cheeked, big smile, and step into the corridor, and he'd tilt his head forward, look left, look right, and you'll get this wonderful illumination that will light up the corridor.
So yeah, with Brother Quinn entering the corridor, everything does light up significantly. You can't really
Bling, bling.
see much more though. Your dark vision revealed pretty much the outer boundaries of your light, essentially reveal the entrance of what was apparently the workshop to the left, and another room beyond the pit, perhaps another 30, 40 feet behind it. The other thing is, where the pit is, there are actually space for 2 doors heading to that wall, and the pit is just outside one of them. It's about 10 feet across, so it's quite large and obviously a very deliberate thing.
Frollo's going to walk towards the pit.
Yep.
Stand there and just looking down the pit. How deep is it?
It's about 40 feet down. I mean, it's a big old hole. And at the bottom, you can see what looks like a number of rocks that have been perhaps thrown down there or discarded at some point. You can see at the bottom a small number of bones.
I suppose at this distance I wouldn't be able to tell much more.
They look like quite small bones, probably sort of rodents or something like that.
Am I stood next to the lever?
Yeah, you are. So the lever itself is it's very dusty. It sticks out from the wall about 8 or 9 inches. Looks like it's made of brass, and it's got some leather wrappings around the end of it so you can grasp hold of it properly. It's inserted into the wall itself. You can't really see anything special about it other than the fact that it's there.
Don't get stonecraft or anything like that in 5e, do they? Don't get no stonecraft or anything like the equivalent of.
I think
They get tremor. They get
sense,
bonus
don't
action
they?
to gain tremor
Yeah.
sense. Yeah, that's right. 10 foot of tremor sense for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Um,
when they're really concentrating on the world around them.
I think Quinn would just quietly call down the corridor and say,
Oh, is there anything above it? Is there anything on the ceiling? How deep is it? What is it?
apprehensively, I will just look up at that.
Okay, so in these corridors, as I said before, the ceiling's about 10 foot high. So they're about 10 foot square, these corridors. Like, very, very even, though slightly rough around the edges. There's nothing really on the ceiling apart from the odd cobweb. And I don't mean like massive ones, we're talking about small natural cobwebs.
Looks like a pretty standard little pitfall trap out here, B. No up top that I can see. Should I pull the lever? Kronk?
well,
So we just got demonetised, okay.
Sorry. I'll redo that. Should I pull the lever? So, should I pull the lever? Not at all affiliated with any large corporation character.
Oh my god.
well, perhaps that puts the floor back in place.
So while you're examining that, Tanuk and Fillipa, what are you doing?
I'm just trying to assess the situation. Like, maybe don't. That seems far too obvious, my friend.
Well, why would you put a lever on the wall if you're not supposed to pull it? What's the point of having it then?
I mean, it's a good question, but
Okay. Serious question. Is it in the up or down position?
floor is open. Why would you put lever next to open floor?
Um,
It seems very strange.
to answer the question from Frollo, the lever is in the upwards position. So,
I'm gonna leave it.
oh, you're going to lever it, are you? Okay.
I'm gonna leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Can't believe her he's going to do it.
My inner goblin brain has gone. Ooh. Yes. Frollo,
So-
Do we have a rope we can tie around him first?
gonna need a lot of rope for my size.
I am big and strong.
Why not?
So,
We
I can
leave
see-
it for now.
I can see Fillipa sort of making her way further across to the other side, like she doesn't want anything to do with the lever or anyone touching it. With that in mind, I'm going to assume that's the case. Are you heading into the workshop there? Is that the plan?
Yeah, I think while the others are paying attention to the kind of right hand side of the junction, Philip had kind of crept along, trying to see with, kind of avoiding Brother Quinn's flashing helmet, with her dark vision to kind of peer into the workshop to see what she can. Stop it!
I'm gonna sharpen my skills.
Dear.
It's okay.
See what she can see in the workshop.
Okay.
If you enjoyed the episode and want to support the show, you can find us on Patreon, where you can access behind the scenes content. You can also join our Discord to chat with us, talk theories, and keep up with campaign news. Links to both are in the episode bio. The next episode will be out on Tuesday the 13th of January. We hope to see you there. Until then, keep rolling.
Hey there, this is John from Lizards and Locations.
And Cotton Candy!
We have a lot of campaigns we want you guys to check out, like Strixhaven, Syllabus of Shenanigans, Pillars of Creation, Roy, aka Roots of Yggdrasil, and Mass Effect, Broker Builder, Corporate Spy.
Ooh, sounds mysterious.
Kinda is, yeah. We also have one-shots, a lot of one-shots. We also have a little podcasting where we ramble. It's called Tavern Ramblings.
Whoa.
Where can you find us?
Oh my god, find us on Instagram, Mastodon, Hive, Twitter, Blue Sky, Facebook. That's not what you meant to say.
It's not. No, I was actually saying, like, where can you see us? Where can you
Oh,
hear us?
find us on YouTube and Spotify and everywhere you listen to podcasts, like Podbean, Good Pods, I don't know, Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, that stuff. Yeah, we also have a lot more content that we're going to be putting out through things like Patreon and Ko-fi.
Buy me a pizza.
That, sure. I'm making a whole new world called Dressinger,
Full of dressings?
full of dragons, but yeah, sure, we'll put that in the back pocket. When can they find us?
Oh my goodness, on a Wednesday in the middle of the week. That would be the third day of the
There's no 10 days here, but that's regardless. Can we roll yet?